Hey everybody!
What's
Doug
happening?
Fields here with my good buddy Josh Griffin.
Hello, Douglas.
Hey, we were talking about maybe calling this "What do you do all day?" because it's for our youth ministry friends.
I like it.
And every youth worker that has been paid to do youth ministry gets asked that question: "What do you
Yes.
do all day?"
It's a good question.
And I used to, when I was doing like the purpose-driven youth ministry, seminar tour. I used to. How many of you raise your hand? How do you answer that? And I say, what I do all day when kids ask that, I say, I just pray. I pray all day. Mostly for you.
Yes.
And if you would quit sinning, I would get a whole lot more.
I love it. What do you do all day? And this little hangout together is going to be an attempt to answer that with the stuff that you've got cooking.
Well, one of the things we've been asked all the time is, what do you guys do? What are you working on? What's happening at the church? What's happening at DYM?
Well, junior high ministry is what I'm doing every day.
One of the things when we were doing a podcast on a regular basis, people said, I just feel like I'm at your staff meeting. So we thought, let's just do that.
Pull up a chair, hang out with us, and we're going to talk shop. It'll be fun.
Maybe we need to come up with some catchy name rather than what are you doing like Diet Coke with Doug and Josh.
Oh, I like it. Or Nuggets with Doug and Josh. And when the Nuggets are gone.
Chicken nuggets.
Oh, that'd be great. Can we get sponsored by Chick-fil-A?
Oh,
come on, Chick-fil-A. Get on
down it. But that'd be fun. Anyway, so we just, Josh and I, do we see each other every day?
Pretty close.
Most every day.
Every once in a while there's a Saturday and I don't see you, but usually every other day. Yeah.
Yep. And then
And I miss you on those days. Do you miss me, Doug?
Josh, you're a good guy.
Oh,
you're a good guy. No, here's the truth. I tell everybody, everything is more fun with you.
Oh, thanks.
So whether it's pickleball, whether it's a staff meeting, whether it is we're doing an airplane ride in a couple days.
Yeah, we are.
Airplane ride, like, woo!
This is great, Doug.
We're flying.
It's so much better with you.
Everything is just better.
Except an airplane ride, because I hog a little bit of your seat, is what it really is.
That's true.
How dare you?
Oh, well.
That's body shaming, and we don't allow that on This Week with Doug and Josh, or whatever we're going. What do you do all day?
Nuggets.
Nuggets, sponsored by
let's just talk about your youth ministry.
Yeah.
So let's just give a little context. We both work at a church called Mariners Church in Southern California.
Southern California, beautiful, perfect day today.
And it's a fabulous, fabulous church. We love it. We love the people that are leading it. And Josh and I, we don't have full-time roles, but sometimes it feels like full-time ministry.
Oftentimes.
Yeah. When we started right before COVID, is that I was the youth pastor and brought you on to do junior high.
And I was helping with junior high, and now am the junior high pastor.
That's right.
That was a mistake. I love it. And you've moved on. You're still an advisor in youth ministry, but
still
now,
part of the youth ministry, but do parent stuff.
In addition to that, you're in like family stuff, which is great.
Yeah, because here's the deal: if you're helping parents, you're helping them be good with their kids. So anyway, we do that and on a part-time basis, and then we do download youth ministry full-time.
Yes, we do.
And we wish we could do pickleball full-time, but we can't.
We are partners, pickleball partners. And it has been so fun.
And sometimes we used to be CrossFit partners, but Josh stopped coming to CrossFit. So when Josh misses a ball in pickleball, I always say, what do I say? When you can't get
to CrossFit, you've gotten that.
Yep.
I would say this: my body is too intimidating for a lot of people in CrossFit. So out of kindness to them.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
So let's talk about youth ministry this week, Josh. What's the learning?
Here's so interesting story. We launched life groups last week. It goes great.
Life groups, for those that don't know, it's a small group.
Small group. It's just our word of like kind of emphasizing fellowship and community and whatever. So we launched life groups, and we play a curriculum video in front of everybody, and then we dismiss into life groups. Little fun and games, use something for DYM, whatever. And it was good, except as kids were not paying attention to the curriculum video, I am like grabbing their phones. And so I have literally $10,000 worth of phones in my hands. And I'm like, which is not many. That's like 12 phones, right? So I'm like, nope, this is not going to work. So I got an email from a parent who said, hey, the phone thing was really distracting to my 6th grader who A, doesn't have a phone, B, wants to engage in community. So I said, this week, we're dropping the hammer. No phones at life group. And so,
but you had been thinking about it. So it wasn't just didn't just react knee-jerk to this mom's
very
letter.
much so, yeah.
But we should talk, like next time, let's talk about how to respond to nasty letters.
It was an essay. Someone's like, that's not an email, that's a pamphlet. It was a long one. But I'd already been thinking about it, and then had experienced a kind of like, ooh, these kids are missing the meat of this teaching. And so every leader has these little, Tupperware, I don't know what kind of container thing, plastic bin, and they collected the phones.
Okay, why would they have a plastic bin?
They had it because it has like pens and markers and post-it notes and
I know
Uno
why,
cards.
I'm just thinking.
Well, you're good. Breath mints, whatever. And they already have that bin. So we said, use your little bin this
Mace.
week. Bear spray. We said, use this little bin to collect phones at the start of the program. So we texted them, emailed them, put it on the screen, told students. Students actually turned their phones in. So now everyone has these little clear bins with $10,000 worth of phones. And it was game-changing. It was incredible. Now, I like phones. And so we figure out how to use them for engagement and large group stuff, and I'm in. I like phones. But at the small group level, it was so great.
That's great.
To get rid of phones.
And how did you get that feedback? Did you get it from parents? Did you get it from students?
Not a single student.
Okay.
But a few leaders, not very many in all honesty. But I watched them. I wish I had videotaped the week before with my kid, and then it was extraordinary. Literally, Elliot, one of my junior high guys, looks at me and goes, that was incredible. Like, it changed everything. So now, did the curriculum video totally land and all that? Yeah, whatever. We have some work to do still. But kids were listening like never before.
Huh.
So anyhow, if you're struggling with phones, or if you want to have students engage, consider the radical move of saying no phones at small groups.
You know, one of the things I'm thinking, Josh, because this is kind of an experiment for us of like this week with Doug and Josh.
At very real time, yes.
Yeah, totally real time. I was thinking it would be fun to show that letter next week, but I'm like, we don't want to have a public domain. So I was listening to you, but I was also thinking about how do we get people to see that letter? What if we, just for the people that listen to this, what if we did like a
secret?
Yes.
No, I like it.
And give like a password code, and they have to use the password code, and then they get access to it.
I like it.
I mean, they could screen capture it, and then
wait. What if they were close friends on our Download Youth Ministry Instagram, and we send very specific secret things, but you have to be in the close friend. You know, sometimes people can send just an inner circle.
Yeah.
What if we did that?
I like it. I just think it'd be fun. Anyway, we're still messing around with what this is going to be, but we thought. We have had enough people ask questions. We're like, we hang out and talk all the time. Why don't we just record it?
Pull up a chair. Hang out with us. It'll be great.
Maybe that's what we call it. Pull up a chair.
Pull up a chair.
Pull up a chair. This week with Doug and Josh. What do you do all day?
Yeah. So anyhow, that was my big learning this week. I have no idea if it will continue or be as successful or whatever, but it was night and day. And next week, we're just going to lead with, your leader has your bin. Throw your phone in there. Let's get started. And just jump right into our fun and games. And here we go.
Yep. So what if somebody's listening and going like, I would get so much grief if I did that?
Yeah. You should have seen kids' faces. They were like, what? And what? And they were like texting goodbye. And we were like, I literally from stage said, okay, kiss your phone goodbye. All right, put it in the bin. And I was like, it was hilarious. Like, rock it to sleep, and you got to let it go for...
You're probably not going to get a lot of negative parent feedback because parents are dying in a pile over phone use.
And students are used to giving up their phones in certain contexts, the classroom primarily being one of them. Again, I think there's ways to use phones for engagement that I think are really cool.
Yeah.
But in this instance, getting rid of them was incredible.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
that's
there you
great.
go.
What was you mentioned something to me today, not today, the other day when we were done playing pickleball. You said, I think I have an idea for the recording, and you said an elevator pitch.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I didn't know what you were talking about.
You want to talk about it?
Sure.
That'd be great.
I mean, you're catching me off guard.
Okay,
so
here it is. Tell me if you think it's
Everybody will
good.
decide if it's good or not, but I had nothing to do with it. So it's all you.
Talking to a youth pastor, and he says, every time I report to my senior pastor something good, so I have my elevator pitch and it's ready to go. We had 10 kids at whatever and 12 here and whatever.
All numbers basis.
And he said that my pastor really likes numbers. So when I report...
surprise.
Yeah, hard to believe. My pastor, when I give him the numbers, he always pushes me for more. Like, he's never like, great job, that was awesome. Is always, we should have had another blah, 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 and just a furrow brow. So I said, well, what about an elevator pitch plus? So, for example, hey, we had 30 kids at youth group, and I know that you're eager for 35, and that's my goal, and I'm doing everything in my power to get there. But 30 compared to last year is incredible, and thank you for the way that you believe in our youth ministry, the way you trust in me, and you know that we're in a process. And whenever, the best thing that you can do to help me is whenever you talk to a new family, just talk up our youth group. If you can work it into your message to promote our youth ministry or getting kids and stuff, it's going to help me get to that 35. So my point was, have your elevator pitch ready, and especially if it is a numbers-driven culture, and let them know that you recognize their desire for growth and that you share that goal, and affirm and thank them. So
that's the plus.
That's the plus. So he comes to me the week later and says, I tried it. And my senior pastor was like, okay, all right, terrific. And like kind of shell-shocked and not sure what to do. And then I hope has become an advocate for that youth ministry. So instead of the senior pastor getting triggered and going like, oh, I'm bummed, we should have had 5 more kids, or what's happening to our youth ministry, momentum, and we squandered it. They understand that you share that vision and those goals, and you're moving that direction.
Great.
So I thought that was a nice little
I like the
tip.
plus.
The elevator pitch is good.
You know, it's all part of leading up.
Yeah.
And leaders have to learn how to lead up. And
Totally.
lead up means you're informing the people that are making decisions about your overall ministry.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to lead up. A little tip.
Exactly.
So this week in youth ministry, got it. We'll think of next week when we're together. It's going to be easy because we can just talk about what we did this last weekend or what we struggled with.
And if it's not good, you can be like, that's not a great idea.
No, that's a good idea. I like
Thanks,
I like
Dave.
the plus. I like leading up. So anytime we help people learn how to lead up is a great thing.
Yeah.
Josh, what about this week at DYM? I don't want to turn this into a sales pitch type thing. I mean, most people that are gold members, they know all about us. But what's happening? We had a big day last weekend.
The National Day of Volunteer Youth Ministry
which was on
training.
September 24th.
It's so fun.
Or 23rd.
If you want a little glimpse, I mean, we have enjoyed scrolling through hashtag DYM Train.
Yep.
We have laughed and celebrated.
Although
and liked.
Instagram kind of bummed me out this year. Because in previous years,
you can see every post from everywhere.
Every post. And now they've done something with their algorithm. You can't see all the posts.
Lame.
Okay.
Lame Instagram.
You know what? We'll get Zuckerberg on that.
We'll get him on as a guest next week, I'm sure. No, it was really, really fun. And we just launched host registration for 2024 as well. And again, not to be a commercial, but I think there could be an interesting discussion here about we made this decision and how we made this decision. And we're changing
things up. Yeah.
Which
so
is
we've been doing this for
deal.
5 years.
Yeah.
And, there's a principle. You're better at this than I am, where things are going good.
Yeah.
Change it. I mean, change it before it starts going. And I'm always thinking, like, it's going good. Why would we mess with it? So I love that you push me on this a little bit. And we've done 5 years in the National Day of Volunteer Youth Ministry Training.
And it's been good.
Yeah, it's been great.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah,
20,000 people trained in a single day is kind of mind-blowing.
Yeah. But we're trying to streamline things. We're trying to make things easier for youth workers. We're trying to make things easier on our DYM team.
And just clear for everybody.
So we have been pointing people to locations where they're being hosted.
Yeah.
And now we're just saying, if you want to host, it's all on you. Like you invite your buddy, you can charge them whatever you want.
Yep.
And
it's not a single day.
Them paying us, and then we give. We're just trying to clean it up.
We're saying you're the host.
That's the big change. It's not a single day.
You go, and any time in the fall.
Yeah.
Because we had this with the National Day.
There's never a good day.
Yes.
There's never a good day. You got football season, and so basically the idea is that if you host, you call your buddies that are doing youth ministry in your community and say, hey, let's pick a date and do this together. You want to split it with me? I mean, we make it so affordable.
Well, and you say, I want to do August 14th. I'm like, we're not even in school yet. But in some parts of the country, they're in school. So now August 14th makes sense for them. September 29th is in the middle of your semester. So now it's National Day whenever you want the day to be.
That's right.
I think it's really fun.
Well, and I think the principle there is change things up a little bit.
Yeah.
And, people that don't know anything about the National Day, they're like, I don't get how that's a change. Our hosts will know that's a change.
Yeah.
If you've attended at another church, you'll know it's a change. But you don't need to know about the National Day of Volunteer Youth Ministry Training to know
to appreciate the
principle.
Yeah,
the principle. So things are. Can you think of one related to your youth ministry? It was going good.
Yeah, I would say life groups. We're constantly breaking a little bit. The phone thing we just talked about is not an example, but it's like a tweak.
I can think of one.
Oh, let's hear it.
Well, junior high camp.
Oh, that was a huge change.
I mean, it was a little bit related to COVID.
Yeah, there was a COVID pivot where instead of going to an away camp, we pivoted to an on the church property camp that we did ourselves. and it blew up in the
Cheaper,
best
more
way.
accessible.
Yeah.
Parents appreciate it more. They're not sending kids. I mean, cheaper is the big thing. Camps are just so darn expensive.
Camps have gotten nuts, especially now post-COVID and inflation and blah blah blah. So it was good, but it was good. There was no reason we had to change it.
There's
but it was
inflation?
like just a little. Did you see that gas was $6.29 this morning?
No,
California is wonderful and also horrific.
No, I was laughing. We got an email. We raised DYM raised prices 50 cents.
Yeah.
And which we haven't raised in 4 years. And somebody says, "I know it's inflation."
Yeah. Well,
But does that? Yeah, that affects us.
it
that
does
affects us too.
severely. Did you see that Jaden, my son, is excited because he works at Chick-fil-A? Nuggets with Doug and Josh, brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Christian chicken.
He is going to make $20 an hour in April because that'll be the next year. That's the new minimum wage.
Wow.
For fast food workers in California.
Wow.
20.
You know what? Try to guess what I made my first job. I was a
Okay.
dishwasher at Nono's Pizzeria.
Okay, I'm gonna say $4.25.
Ooh, that would have been double.
No.
$2.25 an hour.
Wow. Well, post World War II,
Yeah,
that was a good way.
People were just happy to have work.
No, I'm kidding, Boomer. My first youth ministry job, full time, was $20 an hour. Yeah, it was like 8.
Tell the story about you working at Hardee's, which is Carl's Jr. and you got fired.
We're not. How did you not know this story till this week?
I didn't know it.
So this
we were
week-
actually walking. Our DYM. There's a few of us. There's a Carl's Jr. near our office, so we walked to it for lunch. And I said, "Did you used to work at Hardee's?" And Josh says, "Yeah, I had my first job, and I got fired from my first job." And it's a great
We're
story.
gonna go public with the story. All right, I'll give you the short version. We were at like a company event, and I was teaching people. I was telling people the story of how people had stolen from the company. So they would, and now I'm gonna tell you how to do it. Don't do this.
But you were a shift manager.
I was a
or
shift
something.
manager. It was my first job. I was moving up really well and was making like $4.75 an hour.
See, if
So I
we
was rolling in
prepped
it.
the story ahead of time, we could have had that picture of you.
Oh,
Can we bring it next
It's
week?
too raw. No, we're not gonna. So anyhow, the cash guy
jail,
working
that picture.
the guy working the cash register would take your order and then he would take your money. So your total is whatever, $19. Then he would push the senior discount button, 10%.
Thank you.
And give you the correct change.
Yep.
And pocket the 10% every single order.
Because it didn't record the.
It doesn't. It records that someone got a discount, but the person didn't know, and the cashier just kept the money, the difference. So 10% off of every order adds up in a hurry.
And so you did that for how long?
No, I never did it even once. But I shared with someone how crazy it is that people think they can steal from Hardee's by doing things like this.
Yeah.
So a couple guys that heard me tell that story, 3 guys, all started doing that. And all of a sudden our sales are way down and no one knows why. And they look through the receipts finally and realize that these 3 guys have taken 10% off of every order for months and months and months. And when they were confronted and fired, they said, "Where did you learn this?" And they said, "Shift manager Josh taught us how." I told them how as a cautionary tale, and then I was fired. Wow. I didn't know we were going to share this today.
Oh, that was this week. That was this week with Doug and Josh.
Well,
right?
you learned it. You learned
Hey,
the story.
speaking of this week, there is a youth ministry conference happening this week in
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
This section's called "Where in the World Are Doug and Josh This Week?"
Oh.
And we're not in Pittsburgh.
No.
But we're helping sponsor the event. We've got free codes to give away. They're playing some DYM games. If you're at the Pittsburgh Youth Workers Conference,
Where is it?
we're there in Pittsburgh. Who's invited? Youth workers. So if you're in the Northeast, hello from DYM, and hopefully you enjoy the codes. We're giving away a Youth Ministry University 1-year subscription as well.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
yeah, we're giving them a bunch of stuff.
That's
fun.
great. And then you and I are flying
And
on
then
Monday.
We're going
to Dallas.
Dallas, Texas.
To speak at the Conclave.
Home of the Cowboys.
It's at Dallas Baptist University.
Oh, fun. I've never been.
Yeah.
I've spoken at Conclave, but I've never. It was in a conference center or something.
Yeah, last time I was there, I don't remember, the church, hotel,
Fun.
I think. I can't
Yeah.
remember. But yeah.
Are we going to hang out with gold members? Should we send out something to our friends?
Yes. I mean, if you're around Tuesday night, let's hang out because
Let's
our
go.
flight is late back. I know
Is
we're
there a-
flying in on Monday and we're having dinner with Grant Bird.
Oh,
Grant
legendary
Bird
youth
is a
worker.
legend
Yes.
in youth ministry. He's older than me by 6 months. So
I-
I love it when he's in the room because
I
I'm not
think
the oldest.
his youth ministry is called Youthquake or something. Still,
I don't know. He's great.
yeah, he's the
And
best.
then speak Tuesday morning, and then we're hanging out in the exhibit hall. We're showing some new stuff that
So
we're kind of
fun.
excited about.
Oh.
That people that are in Dallas are going to see it for the first time.
That we can't quite talk about yet, but
Not yet.
when we do, we'll talk about it here first.
That'd be fun.
you think?
Yeah, that'd
Right.
be fun. And then
If I have to tell
Tuesday night, we'll meet DYM members at Whataburger.
Whataburger.
There's a Whataburger 3 miles from the college.
Great, or White Castle maybe. Those are.
I don't know. I can't remember.
We don't
Which
have
one.
those here,
Yeah,
so
they all
either
kind of
one.
merge together.
Let's go.
With Josh, we said we wanted to keep it to 20 minutes, and that's what we're about.
Hold on. What are you teaching on at Conclave, or should we save that for next week?
Oh, we can save it for next week.
Yeah, okay.
I could even
Well-
I could even go through my slides next
Well,
week.
oh wow, we don't want to prep the show too much. We want it to be a little raw.
It's already the talk's already prepped. I
That's
do
true.
things ahead of time.
Oh, interesting.
No, I'm not done with it yet.
I-
to be honest.
I like to prep them on the plane. I have plenty of room because I'm kind of half laying on Doug, so it's nice.
I thought you were going to say because you're in first class.
I wish. No, I'm usually in the middle seat and your seat. It's great.
That's why, if you want to know a little bit of truth, is Josh and I booked tickets separately.
Oh, we did.
So
I don't even know where you're sitting.
Exactly. Exactly.
Here's what I know.
I can go 2.5 hours without you.
I
But
thought
you're
we were
always
friends.
more fun.
Do
You're
we?
always more fun to travel with.
Ever except on
when
American.
you're in the mess.
Hey, lead up this week and consider changing up something to make it great.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll give you an update on the cell phone thing next week, and Doug will tell you about his talk at Texas Conclave. This will be fun. It's been fun hanging with you.
I know, it's fun. 20 minutes. Easy.
Yeah.
This
has been
This
Nuggets.
week.
Nuggets by Nuggets
with Doug and Josh. What do you do all day? We
I
need to
don't know
figure.
what it
You know
is.
what? Should we give an email address for people to suggest names?
Yeah, or I don't know.
I don't know. info@downloadyouthministry.com. I don't want to answer all the emails. I'm just being
Events
honest.
become our close friend on Instagram. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay, so that means no.
we'll see you next week because we're hanging out every week, and now
That's
you
right.
can pull up a chair.
Pull up a chair. I like it.
That's good.
There's probably 11 podcasts out there with
Called
that title.
pull up a chair. Have you ever been fired from a job before? Like me at Hardee's?
No, but I have not gotten a job before.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, save it for the show next week.
Okay, so
All right.
pizza place. I told them I didn't want to work weekends.
And they're like, forget it.
Yep.
Yeah, pizza's
Yeah.
everything
Yeah,
on the
but I
weekend.
felt rejection. I still, 40 years later.
Yeah. Do you want to get some pizza for lunch today? I'm getting pretty hungry.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.